All right, so these pictures are not working. And the reason is because in Access, they have to be bitmap images and not JPEGs. I think that's a weird option. But when we were in our form or our table over here and they were coming in as packages, that's not an image according to Access. It's just because Object Link embedded servers need the smallest file size they possibly can, and a JPEG isn't the smallest file size a bitmap image is. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go to my files here where my pictures are, and I'm gonna change these into bitmap images. So I'm gonna right click on Carrie, Cordelia Carrie, and I'm gonna open with Paint. Yes, Paint. Okay, we're gonna open that with Paint, and when you do that, it's gonna open it inside of Paint, and we're gonna go File, Save As, BMP picture instead of bitmap, or instead of JPEG, sorry, for BMP, for bitmap. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go to my folder where I want these to be. I'm gonna go ahead and actually go back to my business analyst pictures. I'll save it here. And then you have to do that for each one. So going back to, I'm going to close this. I'm going to go back. See, now I have two. I have one that's a JPEG and one that's bitmap. So I'm actually going to delete my JPEG real quick. So I'm going to click it and hit delete on my keyboard. That way I don't get confused. Same thing with each one of these. I'm going to go ahead and open these up, File, Save As a bitmap image. So I'm going to go, oh, I can choose like 16 bitmap images, which is not what I want to do. So I'm just going to hit the right arrow and choose BMP picture, save that there, delete the JPEG. Do this with each person. So that way I have a bitmap image instead of a JPEG version. And again, that's for file size because bitmap images are the smallest file size and can be easily stored, especially if you had lots and lots of business analysts, thousands of business analysts, or thousands of clients. Like I think about, going to a dentist, they have thousands of clients. So that's a lot of pictures to keep track of. So smaller images are definitely easier to work with. So now I'm going to go back in here to my table. And I'm going to go ahead and right click and insert an object again. Instead of being package, create from file and go grab each person. The next time around, you're going to see that it should come in and show bitmap image. So actually, I'm going to delete it first and try it again. Click OK. Still coming in as a package. So let's see what we can do to change this so that it actually says picture instead of package. So because we have our business analyst form open, we need to go ahead and close that because it's affecting our table. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. If it asks you to save the changes, because I have made some changes while working in here, I'm going to hit yes. And now I'm going to go ahead and attempt to delete each of these by clicking delete on my keyboard. Now let's see if I can go ahead and insert a bitmap image. So inserting that object, create from file, go grab the bitmap image, and it's still coming in as a package. So let's see what else we can do now that we've closed that form. So sometimes when you're doing stuff, it doesn't work the way you want it to. So I'm going to delete it. So what Access recommends when it won't come in as a bitmap image is to actually force Access to create a bitmap image. So this is going to get kind of sticky, but stick with me. So I've deleted all my pictures. I've got my form closed. I'm going to go ahead and right click this and I'm going to insert an object. Instead of creating from a file thinking, hey, you can just create from a bitmap image and insert a bitmap image, it's not digging that. So I'm going to go ahead and create new, and I'm going to choose a bitmap image. When I have that, I'm then going to click OK, and it's going to open up Paint. Now, when I open up Paint, I'm going to bring in this picture of Cordelia Carey. So I'm going to actually go to my File Explorer here, and I'm going to drag and drop that into, oh, it won't let me drag and drop it. So let's see if I can copy it into Paint here. Nope, I'm going to have to go ahead and actually open this in Paint. So open with Paint. Look at all those different ways you can try it. And I'm going to have to copy this. So I'm going to go to the Home tab, and I'm going to select all. And I'm going to hit Control-C on my keyboard, go over to my bitmap image, and paste it. Yes, that is the way we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to open these in Paint, copy and paste them in here, and save them. Whew, that's some really hard work for a picture. But what we learned is that we have to do bitmap images that Access can actually keep track of. And it's not necessarily, it's about the image size, but it's also about the fact that you are allowing them to create, it doesn't have to create additional files to keep track of it, because apparently there's additional files kept with JPEGs and all those kinds of things. So I'm going to go ahead and save this and close it and go back to my Access database. And now it says bitmap payment prescription. Now, before we go and do this for every person, let's save this table and let's open up our business analyst master form and see if she shows up. Hey, she does. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do this for each person. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the next one, right click, insert object, create new bitmap image, click OK. It's going to open it up in Paint. I'm going to go back to my business analyst pictures, open up Manuel Martinez, right click, open with Paint. I'm going to go to the Home tab, select all. You can also hit Control A on your keyboard, which is probably a lot easier. Control C. And I'm going to go back to the other business analyst Paint, paste it, and save it. Close that. I've now got one for him. The next person is Jan Liu. So I'm going to go ahead and right click and insert an object there. Create new bitmap image. Go to my pictures and go to Jan Liu, open with Paint. Control A to select all. Oh, maybe. Hello. She's not letting me select. Let's do it again. Select all, Control C, go here, paste it with Control V, save that. Whew, what a process. But we're getting images, which is pretty cool. Insert object again, this one for John Scott, and pasting his picture, or Jeff Scott, and pasting his picture in there as well. That one let me use Control A. Alrighty, so now let's go ahead and test it. I'm going to save this, open up my business analyst master form. I've got Jan, Cordelia Carey. If I go ahead and go down here to my next business analyst, I've got each person. That's pretty cool. I mean, if you think about it, you can see the information for each person and start going ahead and adjusting if needed. Like I have him doubled up again, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that. But that's pretty cool. I don't know. I like that. Harder to get in than I anticipated, but definitely a great option to be able to see pictures of people. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. And now we've got pictures in our form.